In Warlord, guilds control everything. Power, money, and territory. But one player is breaking the rules. A solo necromancer. No guild. No allies. Just a mask, and an army of skeletons. After clearing impossible quests and humiliating powerful players, the mysterious Haho Mask is now on the radar of the strongest guilds in the game. Some want to recruit him. Others want him dead. And the chaos is only beginning. If you haven't watched episode 1 and episode 2 yet, I recommend starting there first. That's where Jaehyun's betrayal and rebirth begin. Links are in the description. Now let's continue the story. After pushing ahead in the main quest, Jaehyun believed he still had the advantage, because he had already lived through this world once before. But the more he changed the future, the more unpredictable the game became. And very soon, everyone in Warlord would start paying attention to him. After defeating Jaehyun learned enough. Not everything, but enough. Big Smile Guild was involved. That meant politics. And politics meant danger. But right now, none of that mattered. There was only one goal. Reach the blue giant first. Time passes. Battle after battle. Wave after wave. Finally, exhausted, Jaehyun stands over the fallen blue giant, breathing heavily. That took longer than I expected. The monster was stronger than anticipated. Even for him. Still, victory is victory. And thanks to the other players fighting among themselves, the final prize was his alone. He almost smiles. Almost. Cho's betrayal still lingers in his mind. And worse, he still doesn't know why Big Smile wants him gone. In his past life, when his personal guild rose too quickly, the top 30 guilds united to crush him. Leading the charge, Shiselun. Thunder Hunters. He clenches his jaw. Is history repeating itself? He doesn't know. And that uncertainty irritates him more than an open hostility ever could. 138 hours remained in the raid. So Jaehyun did what he does best. Farm. Relentlessly. By the time the gates reopen, most players look miserable, frustrated, regretful. Some avoid his gaze entirely. Others whisper. They know crossing Haho Mask was a mistake. Jaehyun stretches casually. Came back empty-handed. Silence. That's karma. No sympathy. No apologies. Only results. From a distance, Cho watches him. Her expression, different. She doesn't want to eliminate him anymore. She doesn't understand it herself. Fear. Admiration. Something else. Whatever it is, her next encounter with him won't be the same. Bajal steps forward. The top contributor will now be announced. All eyes turn. Necromancer Herkin. Report to my office. Jaehyun suppresses his grin. Inside the office, Bajal confirms it. Most kills. Blue Giant defeated. Exceptional performance. Bajal explains something strange. More abnormal monsters have appeared recently. And he suspects the Ice Mountain. An expedition will be organized soon. Jaehyun barely listens. He already knows. He's here for one thing. The reward. Before handing it over, Bajal reveals he received a letter from Jaehyun's master. A Humri. Jaehyun is requested in the Urgel Mountains. High-level territory. No surprise. But the delay annoys him. Finally, Bajal presents the book. Normally, I'd warn someone about using this. But I don't think you need that warning. Jaehyun activates it immediately. A new skill. Play creation. He blinks. Not flashy. Not explosive. But potential. He doesn't show disappointment. He never underestimates utility skills. Power isn't always loud. Elsewhere, Syl stands amid shattered terrain. Rage radiating from her. Someone stole her main quest monster. Mid-raid. In front of her. Patch attempts to calm her. They were not top 30. Low ring. Hard to track. That only makes it worse. Unknown players humiliated Thunder Hunters. She orders a bounty. Next time, no witnesses. No survivors. She doesn't know who they are. But she will. And when she does, they won't get a second chance. Meanwhile, a quiet meeting unfolds. A different faction. Not top 30. Not seeking fame. Singlet. Leader of the Workers' Guild. They stole the monster deliberately. To destabilize the power structure. Rebalance the game through darkness. They aren't chasing glory. They re-attacking dominance itself. Richard questions the risk. Nikhil urges focus. Weaver agrees. Then someone mentions, Haho Mask is progressing faster than us. Singlet dismisses it. The priority is stopping the 30 largest guilds. He can wait. For now. Blue Giant cleared. Unique skill acquired. New enemies emerging. Guild wars escalating. Shadow factions moving. The battlefield is growing larger. And the game is no longer predictable. He exhales quietly. Let them come. He's already ahead. Jaehyun stares at the system window. Play creation. The ability to reshape his golem into other monsters. His imagination runs wild. Dragons. Thanatans. War beasts towering over battlefields. He grins. Finally. Something broken. Something absurd. He immediately tests it. He combines the blue giant's tooth, channels the skill, the golem begins to morph. Energy surges. Jaehyun braces himself for something magnificent. And then, silence. He blinks. Standing before him is a gnome. Small. Round. Unimpressive. System message. That is the maximum possible at your current level. Jaehyun stares at the sky. Of course it is. Anything interesting? Locked behind higher levels. As usual. Later, he returns to Urgel village. Annoyed at himself. He remembers, even in his past life, high-tier transformations were nearly impossible. So why did he expect it to be easier now? Fine. He'll level. He'll unlock it. But first, the main quest. And someone important. Wolf. The blacksmith. Member of the secret order. The most renowned entity craftsman and warlord. Epic weapons. Unique attributes. Items players would kill for. In his pet life, Jaehyun because you can access Wolf outside the main quests. This time, he can. Jaehyun steps into the shop. Empty. Strange. Then, impact. A hammer slams into him from behind. He's sent flying. Before he can react, a massive figure looms over him. Is that all you've got? Adventure. Wolf scoffs. Rookies these days are weak. Jaehyun groans. What kind of welcome is that? Wolf shrugs. It's a test. Secret order recruits don't get free passes. Jaehyun checks the system window. Quest progress updated. Reward triggered. He freezes. This isn't a normal ND. This is a walking opportunity. His attitude shifts instantly. He grabs onto Wolf's coat. I'll accept anything you give me. Wolf stares at him. Get off. After kicking him out, Wolf hands him a task. Deliver a package. To the Bufrain forest. Jaehyun's expression tightens. Elves. Hostile. Hidden. And unlike his past life, he doesn't have a map this time. No shortcuts. No guide. He'll have to find them himself. Outside, players whisper. A familiar name circulates. Hippel Sane. Top 100 ranker. Cruel. Relentless. Known for brutal finishes. Jaehyun remembers him well. In his past life, they fought. Jaehyun won. But barely. Back then, he was at his peak. No. He's not sure. The whispers grow louder. Haho wouldn't stand a chance. Jaehyun's eyes narrow. I don't like hearing that. He refuses to be labeled inferior. Not by anyone. Then, a player approaches. I heard you rebuying information about Bufrain Forest. Jaehyun turns. Dipol Singh steps forward. Calm. Confident. I'll tell you everything I know. Jaehyun is surprised. What do you want? Threat. Gold. Reputation. Pitbull looks him directly in the eyes. I just want to confess my love. Silence. The entire area freezes. The humiliates. What? No one, in the entire game, expected those words from Pitbull Singh. The ruthless top 100 killer. Confessing. Love. And for the first time in a while, Jaehyun is genuinely caught off guard. Jaehyun is exhausted. Not from battle. From embarrassment. After the chaos in the city, after Pitbull's confession, they had to flee into the forest. And now they re-separated. If he erodes his temples. I don't like men. So I'll have to reject your confession. Pitbull blinks. You misunderstood. Months ago, Pitbull encountered a strange rabbit in the forest. Then her. The rabbit's owner. An elf. The most beautiful woman he had ever seen. The moment she noticed him, she fled. And never returned. Since then, Pitbull searched endlessly. Questioned him in peace. Chased rumors. Every lead, a dead end. Until he heard of someone else searching for elves. The Haho Mask. So he joined him. Not for rivalry. Not for revenge. For love. Jaehyun says. He could have just said that. But he needs Pitbull. For now. They travel to Bon Waterfall. A known hotspot for elf sightings. Other possible locations. An ancient oak tree. Village outskirts. Jaehyun's eyes sharpen. Monsters. Pitbull nods grimly. Massive ones. Jaehyun's arts. Good. Let's hunt. A colossal serpent erupts from the water. Pitbull steps forward. I'll handle it. Jaehyun stops him. Manhwa Mask. And charges. The serpent strikes. Jaehyun is launched through the air. He rises dramatically, clutching his side. Oh, the pain. I'm dying. Pitbull stares. What are you doing? The serpent coils for the kill, and then an arrow pierces its body. Another. And another. From the trees. Elves. Jaehyun brushes off imaginary tears. Nobody fights monsters in empty territory. They run. So if the residents are threatened, the elves appear. Calculated bait. A gamble. It worked. Jaehyun introduces himself. Sent by Blacksmith Wolf. He carries an important delivery. He requests entry to their village. The elves blare. He tricked us. This is why we never trust humans. Force isn't an option. That would end everything. Jaehyun considers alternatives. Then Pitbull drops to his knees. He apologizes. Explains everything. His love. His search. His sincerity. Jaehyun internally collapses. This will make things worse. Instead, the elf smiles. My name is Sailing. And I can blame anyone for falling for me. She invites Pitbull to the village. Jaehyun stands stunned. After all the strategy, all the manipulation, it was sincerity that worked. This game is unpredictable. Meanwhile, Jaehyun experiments with his heel. Play creation. It allows him to reshape his golem into other monsters. His imagination explodes. Dragons. Titans. Colossal war beasts. He uses a blue giant tooth as material. The golem transforms, and becomes a gnome. System notification. Maximum output at current level. Jaehyun curses quietly. All the interesting things are level locked. Of course they are. Still, potential remains. He just needs growth. Icon Ergo Village. Jaehyun visit Blacksmith Wolf. The legendary MB. Member of the Secret Order. Renowned for crafting epic tier weapons. In his past life, Jaehyun never met him. Now, he has access. He enters the shop. No one there. Then, in pack, Wolf strikes in without warning, sending him flying. Is that all you've got? Jaehyun grins. What kind of test is that? Wolf snorts. New recruits need testing. Despite the humiliation, Jaehyun's system rewards him. Confirmation. Wolf is not ordinary. Jaehyun instantly shifts tone. Flings to him. I'll accept any task. Wolf kicks him out. Go to Buffering Forest. Deliver this. But receive. Deliver package to the elves. Jaehyun knows. Elves hate humans. In his past life, maps led directly to them. No. He's blind. He'll need information. Nearby, players whisper. Pitbull sing. Top 100 ranker. Brutal reputation. In his past life, Jaehyun defeated him. Barely. No. He's not sure. Then someone mocks him. Says Pitbull would crush a Haho Mask. Jaehyun turns. I don't like hearing nonsense. He refuses to be inferior to anyone. Then Pitbull approaches. He'll give Jaehyun information about Buffering Forest. In exchange, he wants to confess his love. Silence. Even the crowd is stunned. Pitbull sing. Confessing. Jaehyun blinks slowly. This was not in the strategy guide. As they walk toward Hahoe village, Jaehyun finally snaps. How did this turn into this? Pitbull smiles faintly. I could die happy right now. Jaehyun stops. We almost died to the elves. And you melting over some cute, crazy girl. He speaks from experience. Beautiful women can be the most dangerous. Pitbull shakes his head. It's not about beauty. When I was younger, elves were fantasy itself. In every game, every comic, every world, elves symbolized adventure, magic, wonder. Traveling beside them was his dream. And what does that have to do with confessing? Pitbull looks at him. Aren't you here for your dream too? Jaehyun doesn't hesitate. My dream is simple. To become the strongest. To crush anyone who crosses me. The thought alone satisfies him. Pitbull's voice softens. Doesn't that make you the same as them? Silence. Jaehyun sighs Darhan. In this world, the strong devour the weak. I refuse to be prey. I'll be the hunter. Pitbull answers calmly. Then if someone stronger crushes you, that's natural too. Jaehyun's fist moves before he thinks. The punch lands hard. You know nothing about my life. Dreams are luxuries. For people who already have something. He breathes heavily. I had to fight every day just to survive. And I know what it's like to lose everything in seconds. His voice lowers. I don't need a lecture. An elf interrupts. They arrive. Jaehyun village. Hidden among colossal trees. Beautiful. Quiet. Ancient. Jaehyun walks ahead without looking back. Inside the great tree, the elven elder appears. Draw. Sharp gaze. Ancient presence. He immediately recognizes something. You are tied to the secret order. Jaehyun confirms it. Hands over Wolf's package. The elder opens it. Inside, the bracelet of purification. An epic artifact. Removes all negative effects. Jaehyun instantly understands. Wolf never showed it earlier for a reason. This is main quest level. He expected this moment. He thought this would trigger the next phase. Purify the corrupt and elf. Expose the mastermind. Advance ahead of everyone. Instead, Shra simply says, "You may leave. Okay, feel free. That's it. You are weak. Blunt. Merciless. Too low level to proceed." Again. History repeating itself. Jaehyun turns quietly. I'll return. When I'm stronger. Far from the village, he explodes. Monsters fall violently. He tears through them without restraint. He should be level 100 by now. He shouldn't be behind. Thunder Hunters already progressed. They defeated the ogre. They re ahead. He hates it. But that's not the real source of his anger. The bull's words echo. If someone stronger crushes you, isn't that natural? No. He refuses to accept that. His past wasn't fate. It wasn't destiny. It was betrayal. He throws away his sword. Faces monsters barehanded. If this is how the world works, maybe I'll end it. Rage fuels him. Each strike heavier than the last. Meanwhile, the bull recounts everything to Salang. He admits he overstepped. Interfered. Projected his own ideals. Salang listens. Why don't you apologize? Friends should be honest. Pitbull hesitates. But nods. Back in the forest, a monster lunges toward Jaehyun. He doesn't move. Then, an impact. Pitbull intercepts the attack. He stands between Jaehyun and the monster. "I'm here to apologize." Jaehyun stares at him. Breathing heavy. The tension lingers. But something shifts. Just slightly. The monster falls. Silence settles. Pitbull exhales slowly. "If you were looking for a fight, do it now. I'm not in the mood." Pitbull meets his eyes. "I'm sorry. Not dramatic. Not defensive. Just honest." Jaehyun freezes for half a second. Pitbull continues. "I was worried. I didn't mean to lecture you. No pride. No ego. Just sincerity." Jaehyun looked away. "If you feel guilty, help me hunt." Pitbull blinks. "That's your way of accepting the apology." Jaehyun shrugs. "We'll hunt until we drop. That's enough." And just like that, the tension breaks. Another monster charges. This time, they move together. Clean. Synchronized. No hesitation. They carve through waves of enemies. Level after level. Experience pours in. Hours pass. Then, system notification. Level 100. Jaehyun stops breathing for a moment. He hasn't slept in 3 days. He pushed himself beyond exhaustion. But he did it. Pitbull wipes sweat from his face. Time to log out. Jaehyun odds. At level 100, he can finally resume the main quest properly. He realizes something quietly. Without Pitbull, this would be taken much longer. He clears his throat. "Thanks." Pitbull grins. "Don't get shy on me. We're both guys." And logged out. Jaehyun stands there. Alone again. But not quite the same. He doesn't log out. Instead, he returns to the elves. The elder studies him. "You are strong enough now." Finally, the bracelet of purification is entrusted to him. Jaehyun barely listens. All he sees is the item. The gateway to progression. He tells the elder to trust him. Internally, he considers keeping it long term. But then, a problem. The elder doesn't know the corrupted elf's location. If he knew, he would be gone himself. Jaehyun's expression tightens. He reached level 100. And still, another wall. He asks for a hint. Nothing. No coordinates. No direction. Just silence. Outside the fort, Jaehyun thinks. The corrupted elf's purpose is clear. Raise an army. Which means, unusual monster spawns. Clusters. Abnormal behavior. He doesn't need the elf directly. He needs the patterns. So he changes strategy. Instead of hunting blindly, he'll buy information. Recently spawned monsters. Locations. He won't explain why. Let others think it's random. Once he gathers enough data, he'll triangulate the source. Clean. Efficient. Brilliant. He smiles. For the first time, he has a starting point. Then, a voice. You buying monster information. Aven turns. His stomach tightens. Chev the Slayer. Of all people. Earlier, at Red Buffalo's base, Yell reported something strange. Anonymous messages. Offering money for newly spawned monster locations. Yell couldn't see the point. Chev could. It's a smokescreen. Monsters aren't the target. Something else is. He understood immediately. Someone with real information was disguising their objective. He vowed to find the source. The golden goose. Jaehyun stares at him. He wanted a small guild member. An easy informant. Instead, he hooked one of the strongest players in the game. Jeff smiles faintly. Curious. Interested. Dangerous. Jaehyun realizes something chilling. His trap worked. Just not the way he intended. Jaehyun's instincts scream. Abort. Leave. No. But before he can move, Chef's voice cuts through the air. Don't even think about running. Jaehyun reacts instantly. Skeletons surround Chef in a tight formation. Not attacking. Threatening. Tess smirks. Smart. You were not foolish enough to strike first. Jaehyun knows the truth. Even if he attacked, he wouldn't win. Not yet. Jeff studies him carefully. Haho, you were far too skilled for a rookie. And you were sitting on something valuable. He steps closer. So tell me, who are you really? Jaehyun says nothing. Then suddenly, he raises his voice dramatically. I'm just a helpless rookie, and now a crazy red buffalo is threatening me. He plays it up. Over does it. Desperate tone. Public performance. Chev watches. Unimpressed. Jaehyun continues. All I wanted was monster info for my videos. Why are top players bullying me? Silence. Then Chev exhales. Perhaps there's been a misunderstanding. You don't fit the profile. Beside Jaehyun's obits. It worked. Chev continues calmly. The person we were searching for is about to receive a 5 billion bonus. Full salary. Full benefits. Top-tier contract. Jaehyun's mind freezes. 5 billion. Even he feels it. He imagines the gold, the gear, the freedom. He masks it quickly. You can just buy everyone you meet. But inside, he's calculating. Chev tilts his head. So what about you? Join Red Buffalo. I'll offer you the same. Now it's real. Not intimidation. Recruitment. But Chef's tone shifts. Choose carefully. If you were not my ally, you were my rival. And I eliminate rivals. The air tightens. Jaehyun answers calmly. Not yet. I won't borrow anyone's strength. I'll rise on my own. Even if I die trying. Then he adds, when I'm strong enough, Red Buffalo will be the first to fall. Jeff steps back. Laughing. Not insulted. Impressed. The view from up here is beautiful. He gestures toward Red Lake. My guild detected exponential monster growth there. Jaehyun narrows his eyes. Why tell a rival? Jeff scoffs. I don't consider a brat my rival. Our guild doesn't though. I just admire your style. He turns to Lee. But Jaehyun speaks again. If you were avoiding elf territory, then you were advancing through the dwarf route. Which means your closest pivot is Salt Mountain. Jeff pauses. Slowly turns. Jaehyun continues calmly. Don't get too excited. He pretends it's casual. Inside, he refuses to be called a brat. He's been in this game longer than anyone here. Chev bursts into laughter. You really do enjoy playing the fool. Recruitment failed. But Chev isn't angry. He's curious. How far can Haho go alone? Sometimes, 1 step back, 2 steps forward. He leaves. Back at base. Yell isn't amused. Chev's ears ring from her frustration. Opportunity missed. Alliance rejected. Risk rising. But Chev doesn't regret it. Some prey are more interesting unchained. Jaehyun watches him disappear. He believes he outplayed Cha. He believes no one sees further than him. If only that confidence extended to his skeletons. He snaps at them. Stop messing around in the lake. The water shimmers strangely. It reminds him of the past, when his old guildmates would fool around, while he carried the grind alone. They called him a game addict. He called it survival. He shakes the memory away. Warrior's formation. He already sensed it. They were not alone. A warrior. 2 mages. 1 priest. Approaching carefully. Ambush formation. Jaehyun waits. Perfect timing. On my signal. But something's wrong. They don't attack. Instead, they fall to their knees. And beg. For his help. The 4 players kneel. Desperate. They need help hunting a corrupted grey rooster. Jaehyun narrows his eyes. Why can't you hunt it yourselves? They claim they re from the Golden Brothers Guild. 2nd Division. Barely top 30. Which means, they redisposable. Jaehyun doesn't care about guild names. Summarize. Their leader swallows. If we fail this mission, we re-expelled. Desperation trembles in his voice. Jaehyun turns to leave. I'm not interested. They panic. Offer everything. Even money. Jaehyun stopped. How much? 20,000. He scoffs. That's paltry. They quickly add he can take the monster reward too. They just need help. Jaehyun considers. He has to hunt corrupted monsters anyway. So why not monetize it? 20,000. And the full hunt reward. They accept instantly. Too quickly. Jaehyun doesn't realize it yet, but something is off. Flashback. Dark mines. Broken player digging endlessly. Apollo Guild banners overhead. Dead slaves. Those who fail to repay, end up here. The 4 kneeling players were no exception. Apollo gave them one final chance. Eliminate Haho Mask. Debt erased. Failed. Back to the mines. Forever. They protested. He's too strong. Apollo didn't care. He loaned them high-grade equipment. Method irrelevant. Only one condition. Haho must die. Back in the present. They guide Jaehyun to the corrupted grey rooster. Level 120. Far above them. They plan to let the monster weaken him, then strike. But when they see it up close, reality sinks in. This isn't a simple hunt. It's lethal. Jaehyun steps forward calmly. I'll remove its armor. You finish it. He activates muscle modification. Speed surges. He closes distance instantly. The rooster launches ranged attacks, but Jaehyun weaves through them effortlessly. This thing is slower than I remember. He knows this monster. In his past life, it was a nightmare. Now, he's ahead. Strike after strike. Armor shattered. Piece by piece. The watching players are stunned. A necromancer, fighting on the front line. Without fear. Only the helmet left. Then we redone. The leader signals. Attack. A fireball launches and explodes directly on Jaehyun. Then another. And another. Blast after blast. They cheer. Believing he's dead. Free. No more mines. No more slavery. Then, a voice cuts through the smoke. You really thought that would work? Jaehyun steps forward. A burn. Unfazed. From the beginning, he knew. Their equipment was too good. Their story too clean. And they pushed a necromancer to fight up close. He anticipated the ambush. Timed his movement perfectly. Not only did he dismantle the rooster, he avoided every explosion. His eyes grow cold. I don't care which guild you belong to. He tried to trick me, and that has consequences. The battlefield shifts. Now they were the prey. The 4 players panic. They beg. They plead. But Jaehyun's voice is ice cold. You have nothing left to bargain with, except your end. Even the corrupted grey rooster seems enraged at them, as if betrayal offended even the monster. Then, system alert. A corrupted elf has appeared nearby. Jaehyun's heartbeat spikes. The elf locks eyes with him, then vanishes. New alert. 3 minutes to capture the target. Everything else becomes irrelevant. Jaehyun turns to the 4 players. You. Keep the rooster busy. My skeletons will watch you. Try to run, and I'll make it worse. Then he moves. This isn't just another fight. Capturing the corrupted elf means securing his dominance in the main quest rankings. Time is ticking. He spots her ahead. He activates every buff. Muscle modification. Speed surges. Still, he can close the gap. Something feels wrong. She's too fast. Too slippery. 1 minute left. No hesitation. He hurls a volley of skeleton bombs. Explosions detonate around her, smoke, debris. But she dodges again. Jaehyun grits his teeth. Of course it wouldn't be that simple. 30 seconds. He prepares one final throw. Launches another bomb. She evades it easily. And then he books. Don't celebrate. That bomb wasn't for you. The explosion propels him forward. A self-made acceleration boost. He closes the distance instantly. He grabs her. And suddenly, blood sprays across his face. They crash to the ground. Jaehyun blinks. Did you bite your own tongue? She grins wickedly. Confirms it. Panic flashes through him. If she dies, the quest fails. No second chances. He slams the ring of purification onto her. Don't you dare die. A moment of silence. Then she pulls out a piece of paper. hands it to him, and vanishes. Gone. Completely. System notification. Quest complete. Jaehyun freezes. That wasn't how this was supposed to go. If the timer didn't matter, why was it there? He curses the game. Again. But the mission is done. And that's enough. Back at the battlefield, the 4 players are barely holding on. The rooster rages. His golem descends. Utter annihilation. The rooster collapses instantly. The players cheer. Haho's back. They thank him. Jaehyun responds by beating them down. Efficiently. Coldly. They finally confess. Apollo sent them. Dead slaves. Given one chance. Kill Haho, or return to the mines. Jaehyun's madrasas. Apollo supplied them with top-tier equipment. Gear even wealthy guilds struggle to obtain. Then, the Grin guild player earlier. The dots connect. Apollo and Grin are working together. An alliance. To eliminate him. Jaehyun tells slowly. He can't ignore this anymore. He orders the 4 players to stand. Hand over your equipment. All of it. Then he adds, you now owe me 1 million gold per week. Their jaws drop. Even Apollo wasn't this ruthless. Jaehyun doesn't care. If guilds want war, he'll profit from it. Elsewhere. At the Grin Guild headquarters, Heavy Bean relaxes to classical music. His one peaceful pleasure. Until a subordinate bursts in. Red Buffalo has declared war. Heavy Bean stands abruptly. Please. They claim we attacked Haho Mask. Heavy Bean frowns. He didn't know Haho had ties to Red Buffalo. He plans to resolve the misunderstanding. Then, another bomb drops. The equipment they lent Apollo has appeared on the used item market. Overpriced. Hard to retrieve. Heavy Bean's eyes darken. Who's selling? Then at once. It's Haho Mask. The music stops. Heavy Bean explodes into curses. Haho didn't just survive. He flipped the board. And now, guilds are going to war over him. Sometime later, back in Baheim Forest, the elf extends his hand. Return the ring of purification. Jaehyun stares at him. He still don't trust humans. The elf doesn't blink. Jaehyun sighs and hands it over. Petty. After everything he did. At least he got the next quest. He reads the letter from the corrupted elf and immediately regrets it. It's a riddle. Bosha. Flowery. Unnecessarily complicated. Why can't elves just speak normally? He reads it again. Blue clouds. Eagles guarding the sky. Mist covering the earth. He frowns. He can decode it. Which means, there's only one person who can. Jaehyun tracks down Pitbull. And immediately regrets that too. Pitbull is surrounded. Not by one elf. Not 2. But several. Laughing. Feeding him. Smiling at him. Jaehyun sight twitches. One elf feeds him fruit directly. Another whispers something softly. A third claims Asia is his favorite. Pitbull panics. He's risking his life. Grinding for days. And this guy is building an elf fan club. He storms forward. What exactly are you doing? The elves immediately block him. But Pitbull raises a hand. It's fine. They don't need to hurt him. Hurt you. Pitbull smiles. No one here can. Jaehyun clenches his jaw. He hands over the letter. Translate. Pitbull scans at once. Blue mist forest. Benevolent. That fast. Pitbull shrugs. Eagles guarding the sky. Blue clouds overhead. There's only one place like that. Then he adds casually, you should read more books. Jaehyun considers murder. After leaving the village, he punches a tree. Elves are supposed to hate humans, not date them. His skeletons try to comfort him. It's fine to be single. I'm not jealous. If I wanted, I could build a harem. The skeletons say nothing. Moments later, a level 110 small Grin lunges at him. Jaehyun sidesteps effortlessly. Why does everyone underestimate me? He dispatches it cleanly. But something feels off. Only small Grins. No players. No guild patrols. Then he remembers. Sweeper's Guild territory. Top 30. He doesn't care. He's prepared. Suddenly, a man appears. Who are you affiliated with? Jaehyun answers calmly. No one. The man's expression shifts. Then you read an intruder. The scenery flickers. Distorts. The air thickens. The man's voice deepens. Intruders must be eliminated. My name is Aven. Corrupted companion. Jaehyun's eyes narrow. Not a player. A main quest monster. He attacks immediately. His blade connects, but it feels wrong. Too solid. Too full of energy. He summons his skeleton knights. They charge. In seconds, one is obliterated. Then another. Then all of them. Done. Jaehyun's breathing sharpens. He activates muscle modification. Closes distance. Slices through Aven. Steps back confidently. This thing isn't that strong. Aven stands. Completely intact. Wounds regenerating instantly. Jaehyun's confidence cracks. Regeneration. Physical attacks are useless. Fine. Magic. Cast. His last skeleton mage prepares a spell, and is erased before it finishes. Jaehyun freezes. Aven dodges magic. Shrugs off physical damage. Moves faster than expected. Regenerates instantly. He's never seen anything like this. Not even in his past life. What is a monster like this doing here? Why does it feel out of place? Jaehyun steadies his breathing. For the first time in a while, he doesn't have an answer. And Aven is smiling. Aven stands before him. Regenerating. Unshaken. Jaehyun exhales slowly. No more testing. No more caution. All out. He summons everything. Skeleton knights. Skeleton mages. His golem. The battlefield fills with bone and stone. He layers debuffs immediately. Curse of Sloth. Spirit corrosion. If this combination doesn't work, nothing will. For a moment, Aven slows. Then, he moves. In seconds, skeletons shatter. Again. Jaehyun barely processes it before Aven is already in front of him. This is no longer a group fight. It's personal. Close combat. Jaehyun knows the truth. This ends in one blow. Either his, or Aven's. A kick lands. Jaehyun is sent flying. The air leaves his lungs. He rolls, barely avoiding a finishing strike. Rage surges. He summons the golem again. Uses it to bind Aven's movement, creating a narrow window. Aven breaks free, and slams into Jaehyun directly. The hit is brutal, but Jaehyun smirks through blood. That was the plan. He needed proximity. He activates his skill, freezing Aven momentarily. Skeleton mages manifest around them. Spell charge. No. Explosion. The blast consumes everything. Even Jaehyun is nearly caught in it. Silence follows. System notification. Mission complete. Elf's remembrance. Jaehyun staggers upright. Breathing hard. That was exaggerated difficulty. Unbalanced. Overtune. He drinks a potion. Vision stabilizing. Then, fear. Aven is standing. Again. Still regenerating. Jaehyun's stomach drops. He can't continue like this. If he pushes further, he dies. But Aven doesn't attack. Instead, he strikes his own head. Over and over. A hit freezes. The mask cracks. Shatters. Beneath it, a human face. Twisted in agony. Finish me. His voice trembles. He explains he was once a member of the secret order. But Jaehyun. On a mission, he was consumed by corruption. His body warped. His mind twisted. Forced to hunt humans. He never wanted this. He joined the order to protect people, not slaughter them. Now, he wants release. Jaehyun steps closer. You are the strongest opponent I've faced. Even without corruption. He means it. He considers something desperate. A purification circle. Maybe he could save him. The man smiles faintly. Too late. He takes Jaehyun's sword and impales himself. Before fading, he whispers, I'll leave the rest to you. The System notification. Mission complete. Legacy. A sword drops where he stood. Hidden quest. Unexpected reward. Jaehyun stares at it. He won. But it doesn't feel like victory. The real enemy isn't the Aven. It's whoever created the corruption. And now, that becomes his true target. Elsewhere, Syl receives a report. Why is Haho Mask working with Red Buffalo? Her voice is cold, controlled. But beneath it, something sharper. Patch watches quietly. She used to focus on recruiting talent. Now she's fixated on one player. Obsessed. Then, a presence. So sudden, even Hatch barely senses it. Singlet appears. Leader of Workers Guild. Silent. Measured. He approaches Syl. I need to speak with you. Syl doesn't move. Why would I talk to someone I don't know? Singlet closes the distance slightly. Then speaks calmly. Do you want me to eliminate Haho Mask for you? The air freezes. Hatch feels it. Something dangerous. Syl smiles. Not warmly. Not kindly. But with something chilling. After Aven's death, The sword remains. Jaehyun brings it to Mom. The old man listens in silence as Jaehyun recounts everything. Aven. Corruption. The self-inflicted end. Mom closes his eyes. Pain flashes across his face. I could do nothing for him. He thanks Jaehyun for bringing closure. Then, he tells Jaehyun to keep the sword. But for it, Jaehyun has, wielding a blade soaked in tragedy, doesn't sit well. Then he checks the stats. His eyes widen. The attributes are insane. Attack scaling. Hidden bonuses. Synergy potential. His discomfort vanishes instantly. Thank you. He means it. Stepping outside, he whispers quietly. Thanks, Aven. This weapon alone saves him a fortune. All the gold he was saving for upgrade, now free to invest elsewhere. He hit the jackpot. Then, dust. Players surround him. No warning. No negotiation. They attack. Jaehyun stares in disbelief. I'm not even wearing my mask. How do you know I'm Haho? Through the noise, Romani contacts him. Her voice is tense. There's a 100 million gold bounty on your head. So, Jaehyun processes it. 100 million. He just became a walking lottery ticket. Elsewhere, Sil confronts Singlet. Why eliminate Haho? Singlet answers coldly. He's a variable. He compares the game to chess. Haho is a pawn. But he moves like a queen. Unpredictable. Rule-breaking. Destabilizing. He must be removed. Many guilds already agreed. With Thunder Hunter's support, success is guaranteed. All he needs is Sil's approval. Instead, she slams him into the ground. Pins him beneath her foot. I know you re-allied with the thieves who stole my monster. Her voice is ice. I done work with opportunists. Singlet breaks free, attempts to escape, but Sil raises a hand. No pursuit. Instead, she issues a message to every guild. No one touches Haho. If anyone tries, they die. Her expression shifts. Thor. Possessive. He's mine. Patch watches silently. This isn't recruitment anymore. It's obsession. Singlet reports back. Negotiations fail. He requests permission to proceed with elimination anyway. His superior refuses. You've been exposed. Let events unfold. Time is on their side. They want to see what Haho does next. Even if he wipes out this wave, more will come. Romani sighs. Urio winning lottery ticket. What did you even do? Jaehyun thinks. Too many enemies. Apollo. Bryn Guild. Thunder Hunters. Workers Guild. He suspects Sil. But her personality doesn't match a bounty. She confront him directly. No answers. So he makes a decision. He refuses to run. He refuses to quit. He opens the system shop. Purchases something expensive. Painfully expensive. He sacrificed weeks of savings. And probably meals. But survival comes first. He summons his golem. It charges forward, crushing players instantly. Some panic. Others scoff. Golems are slow. They don't understand. Jaehyun invested everything into clay creation. Then fused it with a wyvern skull. The golem morphs. Bone reshapes. Wings unfold. A terrifying wyvern constructs stands where stone once stood. Silence spreads. Jaehyun smiles faintly. I gave up good food for this. So someone should pay. He gestures forward. Who wants to go first? Behind the scenes, Romani edits furiously. What started as simple video work has become crisis management. She can look away. Jaehyun isn't just surviving. He's escalating. And every second of footage is history being written. After dealing with the bounty hunters, Jaehyun makes a decision. If the storm is centered on Sil, then he'll face it directly. He sends an invitation. Private meeting. No guilds. No interference. Sil arrives. Calm. Unbothered. You ignored my request before. What changed? Jaehyun doesn't answer immediately. He's looking at her, but seeing someone else. In his past life, she was the one who broke him. Turned his own people against him. Smiled while doing it. His fists tighten. He wants revenge. Right now. Instead, he asks quietly. Did you put the bounty on my head? Sil blinks. That's why you called me. Jaehyun scoffs. Who else would? You hate that I rejected you. That I took your achievements. You eliminate anything that interferes with you. She notices it immediately. The tension. The suspicion. You're nervous, she says softly. Let me answer properly. That sentence echoes from his past life. She said the same thing back then. Before everything collapsed. But this time, her explanation is different. Someone approached me. An unknown player. They proposed a pact. The 30 largest guilds. To eliminate you. Jaehyun's eyes narrow. In his previous life, something like that did happen. But later. Much later. I refused, she continues. I won't join a mob. And whoever suggested it is targeting more than just you. Jaehyun processes it. An unknown player bold enough to approach Thunder Hunters. There's only one person insane enough for that. Singlet. Or someone above him. She looks at him. Do you believe me? But half is enough. Jaehyun wasn't behind the bounty. At least not directly. Before he leaves, she tries again. Join my guild. He laughs. You need to learn how to accept rejection. She studies him carefully. I know you done like me. A lot of people done. But I'm saying this for your own good. You're a 100 million bold target. You won't survive alone. She offers protection. No forced contracts. No pressure. Just safety. Jaehyun's answer is immediate. I'd rather die. I won't join any guild. My goal is simple. To become Warlord's strongest. On my own. She calls it childish. But there's something else in her eyes. Respect. Then do your best. I'll be one of your strongest competitors. She smiles. Jaehyun interprets it as a declaration of war. He mounts his wyvern golem and flies away. Mid-air, he thinks. In his past life, Sil was pursued constantly. Obsessed over. Something happened before his regression. Something he never saw. But that's for later. Right now, he needs to find the real mastermind. Romani calls. You did something again, didn't you? There's a new wanted poster. Even bigger reward. Jaehyun's size. Not a sponsor. A crazy woman. He doesn't clarify which one. Later, Nisander Castle. A young boy is getting beaten. Bullies demand a quest item. He can finish it anyway. The boy refuses. Takes another kick. Then, someone grabs the attacker's wrist. The bully freezes. Jaehyun stands there. Calm. Cold. Are you get? The boy nods weakly. But I'm not the quest guy. Jaehyun puts. Too early. This event shouldn't have happened yet. In his past life, Jit became important. Much later. The timeline is shifting. Butterfly effect. He made too many waves. The future isn't justing. The bully charges. Jaehyun moved once. 3 bodies hit the ground. Valence. Jit stares in awe. Who are you? Jaehyun chugs. Just someone passing by. A good person. He says it casually. But internally, he understands. He just interfered with fate again. After being rescued, the boy bows his head. Thank you. He admits it. He had already given up. If Jaehyun hadn't intervened, the bullies would be taking everything. Jaehyun doesn't so often. The quest they tried to steal. It's a rune exploration mission. Clear it and the blocking field disappears. Jit freezes. How do you know that? Jaehyun does answer. Instead, he says something colder. Hand it over. For a moment, Jit's heart sinks. Maybe this guy isn't any better than the bullies. Later, they head toward the dungeon. Jaehyun walks ahead. Annoyed. He was forced to bring the kid along. And Jit won't stop talking. Won't stop doubting. Won't stop complaining. Instead of whining, Jaehyun saps. Jit stronger. Jit's voice cracks. It's useless. If he tried everything. Team raids. He ruins them. Solo runs. He dies. Every time. I hate being we. But nothing changes. So he gave up. Stopped dreaming about exploration. Started doing small village errands. Helping Tees. This quest was the first time the game rewarded him. That's why he fought for it. That's why he begged Jaehyun to let him come. Jaehyun doesn't comfort him. If you want to stay pathetic, do it. But I'm clearing this dungeon. Then, after a pause, just because you've lived like this until now, doesn't mean you have to keep living like this. It's not gentle, but it's honest. Jit hesitates outside the dungeon. Part of him wants to quit, log out, disappear. But if he leaves, the quest fails. And that terrifying guy might come after him. So he waits. Alone. Until a massive monster appears. Jit freezes. His worst nightmare. Too strong. Too close. He panics. Screams. Runs blindly and collides straight into Jaehyun. Clings to him. Jaehyun shoves him away. And for half a second, Jit is exposed. The monster lunges. Jaehyun clicks his tongue. I can stand that screaming brat. He steps in. deals with it instantly. But he's irritated. Not because of the monster. Because of the fear. Later, Jaehyun orders him to stay, but I'll handle the boss. Kit's voice trembles. You were fighting alone. It's the giant spider slayer. Exploding hatchlings. They respawn constantly. The spider's shell is harder than steel. Jaehyun works. Then come help. Kit immediately shakes his head. Good luck. But I've got his. Just on to attract attention. And charges in. Inside, woods everywhere. Exploding spiderlings crawling. Jaehyun moves cleanly. Precise footwork. Not touching a single thread. The giant spider senses him, too late. He strikes first. Crushes one of its legs instantly. This is just the beginning. His strategy is simple. Break mobility. Then dismantle the core. Kit watches from a distance. Amazed. He's doing it. Alone. Maybe he can win. Then, Kit looks down. His foot is stuck. A web. Too late. A hatchling launches, and explodes on contact. Pain sears through him. Another hatchling arrives. Then another. Respawning endlessly. Kit screams. Surrounded. Overwhelmed. Despair consumes him. Then explosion. A massive one. Jaehyun snatches him away at the last second. Dead weight. Kit blinks. Why did you come back? Aven growls. Shut up and run. If this mission fails, I'll get revenge on you. It's harsh. Cruel even. But Jaehyun can let the quest fail. Not again. Not like before. Kit runs. Terrified. Watching Jaehyun get swallowed by spiders in his place. Powerless. Kit runs. But every step feels heavier. Why am I like this? Why do I always cause trouble? He trips. Falls face first into the dirt. And something inside him finally cracks. He cries. Not because he's scared. But because he's tired. Tired of running. Tired of being useless. Places like this aren't meant for people like him. Then, a memory. Jaehyun's voice. Just because you've been useless until now, doesn't mean you have to stay that way. Kit wipes his tears. Breathing stabilizes. If he runs again, nothing changes. Not this time. Back inside the spider's lair, Jaehyun is cocooned in webbing. Completely restrained. Silent. Then, crack. The web explodes apart. He had let himself be captured. On purpose. To draw aggro away from the kid. Now he's alone. No skeletons. No backup. Just him and the dungeon boss. He prepares to resume the fight, when footsteps echo behind him. Jaehyun turns. Kit. Alive. Why are you back? Kit swallows. I can let you fight alone. Jaehyun. I don't need help. You've already cost me enough. Kit's legs tremble. Fear is still there. But he doesn't run. This is the first time I won't run. It's not confidence. It's not heroic. But it's real. The hatchlings swarm again. Kit lights his torch. Sets smaller spiders ablaze. Clumsy. Imperfect. But fighting. For once. He's not waiting to be saved. He's doing something. Even if it's small. Time passes. The chaos dies down. System notification. Dungeon cleared. Kit stares at it. His name is listed. He feels guilty. Jaehyun did the real work. But he helped. A little. And that matters. But peace doesn't last. The thugs return. The same bullies from before. And this time, Kit is in their grip. Thanks for clearing the dungeon for us. They demand the reward. In exchange for the kid's life. Jaehyun. What if I refuse? The leader presses a knife to Kit's throat. Then he dies. Kit shouts. Don't give it to them. You earned it. A punch silences him. Pathetic as always. The bandit sneers. But Kit spits in his face. Compared to those spiders, you are nothing. The blade moves. Jaehyun speaks calmly. I will give you the reward. The bandits smirk. On one condition. You beat me first. They laugh. Until bones begin to rise behind them. Skeletons. Quietly summoned. During the distraction, one of the thugs pales. Haho Mask. Recognition spreads like wildfire. The only player known for solo dungeon clears. The only one commanding skeleton armies. The only one worth 100 million gold. Wrong target. Wrong day. The fight ends quickly. Brutally. Jaehyun collects their washes. Checks their gear. Disappointed. Not even worth robbing. Kit watches everything. He thought he was traveling with a talented player. Now he understands. He's standing next to a legend. He bows. Thank you. For saving me. For clearing the dungeon. For everything. I won't bother you anymore. He turns, but Jaehyun stops him. Keep the reward. Kit freezes. I don't deserve it. Jaehyun looks at him. Are you quitting, Warlord? Kit shakes his head. Tears forming. I will keep playing. I will give it everything. For the first time, it's not self-pity. It's resolve. Jaehyun turns away. Then earn it next time. Sometime later, Jaehyun returns to his normal attire. No mask. No disguise. It's pointless now. The bounty is public. His face is known. He might as well walk openly. Still, the last mission paid off. The blockade field is gone. And Git, the crybaby, has officially been designated by the system as a rare quest collector. Useful. Very useful. Jaehyun isn't sure if the kid will become the quest master he remembers from his past life. But if he does, that investment will pay dividends. For now, there's a bigger goal. The Cursed Territory. Chapter 2 of the main quest. Ricky City. Inside the newly unlocked zone. A young player arrives, excited. This is the new map. But his companion, Nuppy, isn't impressed. Lower your expectations. Everyone here is an enemy. They scan the square. Ares Guild. Sharplewing Guild. Hydra Guild. Top 30 monsters. Hydra especially. Most likely to clear the quest first. The young player swallows. What chance do small guilds even have? Before he gets an answer, a voice cuts through the crowd. Yuri in my way. They turn. And freeze. Haho Mask. The one who removed the blockade. The reason they all here. His fame has exploded. To some, he's a genius. To others, a cheater. Someone mutters that he must have developer help. Jaehyun doesn't react. Let them talk. DLC is loud. Competence is quiet. Then, another voice. Isn't that Thunder Queen's pet? The crowd laughs. Yeah, didn't she threaten anyone who touched him? And Red Buffalo's been hovering around too. Guess he's their favorite toy. Jaehyun stops walking. Turns slowly. His eyes are cold. He grabs one of the gossipers. I'm no one's pet. I am no one's lover. Who's spreading this garbage? The tension spikes. Players draw back. This could turn into a massacre. Before it escalates, a pirate steps forward. Serbo, enunciate of the secret order. His presence silences the square. Save your energy. This is not the place. Everyone instantly understands. This is the quest hub. The real one. Jaehyun exhales slowly. He remembers this moment from his past life. The explanation. The setup. The cursed experiments. The corrupted count. Serbo confirms it. This land is infected. To move forward, they must capture a cursed monster. Jaehyun smirks internally. Both-headed chimera. He knows exactly where it spawns. He's already calculating. Route. Timing. Efficiency. Then, Serbo continues. We require the evil eye. Silence. Jaehyun's smirk disappears. Evil eye. Level 150. Far above the chimera. Far above expectation. Whispers ripple through the crowd. That monster is brutal. Unforgiving. Wrong element. Wrong build. Instant death. Jaehyun's plan collapses in seconds. This wasn't how it happened before. Not in his memory. Serbo adds one more restriction. Only 4 teams may attempt the mission. Not everyone advances. The square erupts. Alliances form instantly. Betrayal's already brewing. Players sprint toward the objective. But Jaehyun stands still. Midrush bumps into him. Recognizes him instantly. Haho Mask. Why do you look so grim? Jaehyun doesn't answer. He's thinking. The future is shifting. Too much. Too often. 2 possibilities. 1. His regression altered the timeline. Butterfly effect. Every decision changing outcomes. Or 2. His memories are incomplete. Flawed. Wrong. If that's true, he's not ahead anymore. He's guessing. And guessing in this game gets you killed. Elsewhere, Singlet moves through the cursed territory. Azure. He reports to his superior. He'll complete the main quest first. Then, he'll hunt Haho Mask. Not for emotion. Not for pride. But for balance. To remove a variable. To restore order. Back in the swip. To heal his head. Evil Eye. Level 150. 4 teams only. Top 30 guilds everywhere. And the timeline unstable. He tightens his grip on Aven's sword. If the future won't follow memory, then he'll carve a new one. The forest trembles. The goat-headed chimera lets out its final roar. Its hoofs tear through the dirt as it charges one last time. At the front of the party, a black-haired tank braces behind his shield. His legs shake violently. Finish the spell, he screams. If this hits again, I'm dead. Behind him, the blonde mage finally completes her cast. Lightning crashes down from the sky. A blinding column of white light engulfs the chimera. For a moment, everything disappears. Then the system message appears. Monster defeated. The chimera dissolves into fragments of light, and the forest falls silent. The tank collapses to his knees. I want to go home. Tears stream down his face. This quest is impossible. How are players like us supposed to compete with top guilds? He knows the truth. Top 30 guilds clear quests like military operations. Perfect coordination. Perfect execution. For players like them, this content is suicide. The mage sighs in frustration, then grabs his face. Look. She turns his head toward the clearing. There, a lone masked player moves like a storm. Haho Mask. Jaehyun. His sword flashes through the air. One strike. Two. Three. Three goat-headed chimeras collapse almost instantly. No parry. No hesitation. No wasted movement. Just pure efficiency. The tank stares in disbelief. The same monster they nearly died fighting. He's slaughtering them alone. And jealousy begins to grow. But Jaehyun isn't comfortable. Not even close. 20 minutes remain on his timer. Every second matters. His breathing grows heavier. His movements sharper. More dangerous. The quest has changed. Spawn patterns are different. Clear conditions tighter. And worst of all, he has no idea which rival players accepted the mission. Guild teams move in groups of 5. If they find him here, alone, he dies. The only solution is speed. Relentless speed. So he keeps cutting. Minutes later, the forest is covered with fading monster corpses. The timer reaches 0. An association MC steps forward from the trees. A captain's hat. A calm smile. He applauds politely. Impressive performance. May I have your name for the report? Jaehyun says nothing. The enthusiast continues. You placed second. The humiliates. Second. That's impossible. Only elite guild teams should beat him. There's Aven. Triple wing. He scans the clearing, expecting to see a powerful raid group. Instead, he sees them. The same tank. The same mage. The beginners. They finished first. For the first time in a long while, Jaehyun feels something unfamiliar. Confusion. Before he can analyze the situation, a calm voice speaks behind him. Haho Mask. Jaehyun turns instantly. A heavily armored man approaches. Glasses. Composed posture. Controlled movements. Jaehyun recognizes him immediately. A ranker. Someone who has been searching for him. So this is the hunter. Jaehyun doesn't waste time talking. He swings. A brutal overhead strike aimed to crush the man instantly. The ranker blocks it effortlessly. One clean motion. The impact echoes through the forest. Jaehyun understands immediately. This opponent is dangerous. Who are you? Jaehyun asks coldly. The man answers calmly. You are the one interfering with the balance of this quest. Then, his stance changes. Green energy explodes from his body. A violent aura shockwave slams into Jaehyun. He's thrown across the clearing. His body skids across the dirt. Blood fills his mouth. The difference in raw power is undeniable. The ranker lowers his sword and speaks calmly. One duel. One condition. If I win, you withdraw from the main quest. Silence spreads across the forest. Jaehyun slowly stands. Dust falls from his armor. Behind the Haho Mask, his eyes sharpen. This is no longer a race. Not against time. Not against guilds. But against survival. And the real battle has just begun. The duel was never about pride. It was about territory. The bespectacled ranker made that clear immediately. If I win, he said calmly, you withdraw from the main quest. No negotiations. No compromise. Just surrender. Jaehyun stared at him for a moment, then smiled. To the ranker, it looked reckless. But inside, Jaehyun saw opportunity. In his past life, he had been crushed by players stronger than him. Outplayed. Overpowered. Humiliated. But that version of him no longer existed. If this man wanted to duel, Jaehyun would turn it into something far worse than defeat. Without warning, Jaehyun began removing his armor. One piece at a time. Chestplate. Graves. Gloves. The ranker watched silently as equipment hit the ground. Until Jaehyun stood there wearing nothing but skull-pattern boxers and a wristwatch. No armor. No buffs. No visible protection. The ranker frowned. What are you doing? Jaehyun shrugged casually. This is the watchman's style. A sacred combat method. He explained it calmly. A style that rejected equipment. A battle of pure instinct. Pure skill. Pure talent. Then Jaehyun tilted his head. Or are you afraid to fight without armor? The insult hit perfectly. The ranker's pride ignited instantly. He whipped off his own equipment. Legendary armor dropped into the dirt, until he too stood there in nothing but striped boxers, still gripping his massive broadsword. The trap had already sprung. The duel began. The ranker attacked first. Explosive speed. Even without armor, his raw stats were terrifying. Steel collided with steel. Each clash thundered through the clearing. The man was skilled, experienced. His sword angle shifted mid-swing, adjusting, reading Jaehyun's movements. For a moment, Jaehyun was pushed completely on the defensive. This opponent wasn't strong just because of gear. He was legitimately dangerous. The Jaehyun wasn't worried. He was waiting. During a brief blade block, Jaehyun slipped in a quick curse. A subtle deba. The ranker felt it immediately, but ignored it. Instead, he raised his broadsword high. A killing blow. The final strike. The sword came crashing down. Jaehyun fell backward, and smiled. At that exact moment, he activated a hidden skill. Skeleton Bomb. Purple energy exploded across the battlefield. Smoke and debris swallowed the clearing. His ability vanished. The ranker swung wildly through the dust, striking the first moving figure he saw. His blade sliced cleanly through it. But it wasn't Jaehyun. It was a disposable skeleton. The smoke slowly cleared. Something felt wrong. Too quiet. Too empty. Jaehyun was gone. Instead, a projection flickered into existence. A holographic broadcast. Jaehyun appeared on screen. Relaxed. Smiling. Behind him, a viewer counter exploded past 3 million viewers. The chat scrolled so fast it became unreadable. And one nickname dominated the feed. Underwear Man. The ranker's face hardened. Because he finally understood. While he was fighting, Jaehyun's skeletons had been busy. One by one, they collected every single piece of high-tier armor from the ground, then disappeared. The duel had never been about winning. It had been about stealing everything. Jaehyun addressed the audience casually. Pride is predictable. Just push the right buttons. He laughed. There's no sacred watchman style. No honorable duel. There's only misdirection. He waved at the camera. Thanks for watching. The projection finished. The clearing fell silent. The ranker stood there alone. Aven, still gripping his sword. His armor, his leverage over the main quest, and his dignity, all gone. His roar echoed through the ruins. Jaehyun, but Jaehyun was already gone. And after that duel, the entire server understood one thing. Haho Mask wasn't just strong. He was dangerous. A solo player capable of humiliating rankers, manipulating guilds, and turning battles into spectacles. And now, everyone wants a piece of him. Season 3 ends here. But Season 4 is where the real war begins. If you want the next part, the start of Season 4, comment 4 below. If you enjoyed this long-form recap and want more series like this, make sure to subscribe. We were just getting started. And trust me, it only gets crazier from here.